y'all. Told you we was gonna be more consistent. Back with a new episode. Love Seat Dialogue, Special Edition, Marriage Matters, Episode 2. Let's go.
Hey y'all, what's up? What's up?
What up?
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. I got a question for you though.
What?
Why you let me say love matters on the last one? I watched it back and I was like, why? It just got me out here bad. Like, I don't know what we talking about. Y'all gonna have to forgive me on that one. I told y'all I was excited.
You know what? Because it slipped over my head when I was editing it, and I heard you say it. I was like, wow, love matters. I was gonna try to take it out of there, but it was gonna seem so cut and unnatural. Just the way we was flowing at that time, and it was the beginning of the episode. At the end of the day, love do matters.
Love matters and love wins, right?
Love wins, right? So I left it in there. That's a mistake that was worth leaving in there.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay. So today's episode title is Never Get Too Comfortable.
Never get too comfortable.
It's so much to say about this, so it may be some funny parts in there because this is something that's dear to my heart. Okay. We may sound a little judgmental, but believe me, we're not trying to be judgmental. Anything that we're sharing is out of our love for marriages, out of our love for you.
Yeah.
Right. So please, right now, forgive us ahead of time if you feel offended. It's not because we're trying to.
Yeah, just try to, we pray that this fall on welcoming ears and not deaf ears.
Right.
We pray that you can see our hearts in this. So I'm ready. Don't get too comfortable. Never get too comfortable.
Never get too comfortable.
Never get too comfortable.
Yeah. So let's get into it, y'all. So as we talked about starting episode 2, this one was something that when I'm listening to other couples talk, I always cringe. I'm like, what's wrong with y'all? Right?
Okay.
So one of the things that we want to talk about today is that couples do.
Okay.
Y'all ready? Passing gas in front of each other and thinking it's funny. Going to the bathroom and your partner in there with you, y'all having a whole conversation.
Right.
That's not cool, y'all. That's not cool. That's getting way too comfortable.
Not at all. Not cool at all. And I know what some of y'all thinking. It's a normal bodily function. We all got to do it. May be true. Right? May be true. But in my mind, I'm her superhero. She don't never got to see that side of me or smell that side of me if I can help it.
You never got to see or smell that side of me. Y'all may think this is like, y'all like, man, they've been together how long and they ain't never done. I promise you to God. And do you know I've had people like tell me we were weird because we don't do that?
Really? Really?
Why?
Because it's such a norm for a lot of couples. For a lot of couples, this is their norm. I mean, this is what they do. They feel like, they say we don't hide nothing from each other, but that's just a cop-out and excuse.
Yeah, that's...
You know, because that's one of the things that you should hide. See, in relationship, we have boundaries for a reason. Everybody should have boundaries. Everybody should have private time and private space. When people say, what's yours is mine and what's mine is yours,
we ain't talking about that.
You being way too excessive.
Yes.
Way too that's an exaggeration beyond words, right? But this is a reality some couples find themselves in, where they're passing gas in front of each other and thinking it's funny, like she said.
So yeah, one of the things that I had somebody tell me is that's when one of my employees actually said that's when him and his girl have the best conversations, when she's sitting on the toilet and he go in there and sitting there with her. I was like, are you for real? Like,
so now you took it a step further. We're not talking about passing gas no more.
We're talking about just the whole, that should be a mystery. Honestly. In my opinion, that should be a mystery. I know you gotta go.
Yeah.
You know I gotta go. Just assume that I went. If I get sick, then you will know something is wrong. But other than that, just assume that everything is functioning properly.
Okay.
And I know it sounds crazy, y'all. I know you like, really, they talk, it's not petty. Because this is what happens, right? So you comfortable and passing gas in front of each other, you know, making it a joke, making it a game. You know, in the beginning it's probably cute, but then the arguments start, right? Start fighting about different stuff. And now I'm remembering that smell.
What you remembering?
That smell.
Wow. Okay.
And roses don't really smell like boo-boo, you know?
Really, you gonna throw the Outcast song in there?
I'm being serious. I know it sounds funny, but it's not.
Yeah.
That's private, man. You know?
Yeah.
You want to walk around like your stuff don't stink, when I know it do.
You smelled it, right?
Yeah.
And we're talking hypothetically. Because, like she said, it's a normal bodily function. But this is not something that we practice in our marriage. Never have.
No sir, no ma'am.
We said on a previous episode we've been together how many years? 32 years this year?
It'll be 32 this year.
32 years this year. 21 years married this year in June. And I'm telling y'all, we've been in this marriage a lot of years, and I've never witnessed this woman go to the bathroom and stay no time, and I ain't never smelled no evidence of she doing this normal bodily thing, right? Right? And I'm like, what is going on here? But at the same token, I'm the same way. I had in my mind, she must be doing this while I'm going to work or something, or while I'm just outside of the house. That's when she must go. But she really prioritized keeping her safe space, her private space, private, I guess. Is that true? Right?
I mean, yeah, because like I said, and I'm not trying to be little bit. If that's y'all thing, then that's what y'all do, and y'all getting along, and you know, you don't have no, and keep do, hey, by all means. But I will say, I feel like that causes a problem later on. You know, it's just some things that you should, you know, keep sexy. Ain't nothing about going to the bathroom or passing gas, yeah, in front of your mate, sexy. Ain't nothing about that sexy. Now, if you sit, that's different. It's a part of the sickness and in health. You know.
You bring the vows up. In sickness and in health. You're right.
If you sick, that's a part of the sickness, you know, the vow in sickness and in health.
Right. You can't help it.
Or if you sleep. You didn't intentionally do that. You know, you sleep. Nobody knows what they do in their sleep.
Okay.
But to just sit up and just pass gas. We're watching a movie and you just passing gas and laughing about something. Or, man, I gotta go drop some kids off in the pool. I hate that saying. That bothers me so bad.
Yeah.
Why I gotta know that that's what you need to do?
Right.
Just do it.
Right. And don't leave no evidence.
Yes. Oh my God.
Make sure you flush the toilet.
I feel like if you washing your hands, I don't know where the toilet's situated, but most of the time it's next to the bowl. Your peripheral. Use it.
Yeah.
Use it.
Yeah.
Go back and check. Put something in the toilet and clean it. That's why you got toilet brushes. I'm sorry. This thing is just, I'm so...
I see.
Oh my goodness.
I see. But it's all to the title, never get too comfortable, because in relationships, we can really get comfortable, too comfortable for our own good, where it starts to work against the relationship, because you might start off where her sexiness or his sexiness is up here, and the more you do things to kind of like cross boundaries in relationships, because all relationships, even in marriages, need boundaries, and you need privacy, you know. So the more you do things to cross those boundaries, it's just lowering and lowering and lowering respect levels. Mm-hmm. A lot of times, unbeknownst to the person.
Oh yeah.
You know.
I talked to a married friend of mine, and she was talking about how her husband was sick. She had to wipe, you know, he was sick.
Yeah.
And you know, months, year or two later, he wanted to get smart with her, and I think he was caught out with another woman. And the first thing she brought up was, I'm the one who had to wash his funky tail when he. And I was like, see. Now, mind that he couldn't help that he was sick, but that's just an example of.
Some things you don't forget.
Some things you just don't forget.
You don't forget.
Especially when it's on purpose, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. And I get that a lot of couples may think that that is weird, because they think that that behavior is normal in a relationship and should be allowed. It shouldn't be a problem with it. But I want you guys to know that I think that's weird.
I do too.
I think that that's weird, that you're that comfortable.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna throw a little politeness out the window a little bit. Y'all farting in front of each other. Cause I'm gonna be like.
I like to say the nice word, babe. It's passing gas.
Yeah, but if you do that, I'm gonna say, I know this Negro, this nigga, this is my wife, ain't over here farting around me. Because guess what? If I smell it, and it smell like eggs,
ew,
like some of y'all say, right? It smell like eggs. This might affect our night.
No, it's gonna affect the night.
It's gonna affect our night.
I'm instantly turned off. No, it's
I don't care. I don't care if you did this to me 9 o'clock in the morning. Later on tonight, you still offended my nostrils. So I'm still feeling some type of way.
There needs to be some serious apologies going on.
I ain't with that.
I agree. Man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, y'all. I had to, you know, that's a no-no.
So how many years have we been dealing with just having conversations with couples, just different couples too, just having years with people thinking like, y'all don't do that?
Years.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I wish I would try to knock down the bathroom and come in and shave.
I wish you would too. And the thing is, we haven't always had 2 bathrooms in the home.
Right.
We haven't always had 2 bathrooms.
Right.
And we still found a way to keep that personal space.
I think it's important. I think it's necessary. We used to have, you remember we had this class one time at a church setting full of married couples. Mm-hmm. It was, if I was to just throw a number out there, probably 20-some people in this class. And
20-some couples. It was a lot of couples.
Right. 20-some couples.
Yeah.
And we was talking, they was teaching the subject of boundaries. Mm-hmm. Healthy boundaries to have. And one of those boundaries was, of course, they was talking about social boundaries. Mm-hmm. Teaching somebody how to talk to you in a respectful way. If they disrespect you, you're like, no, that's a boundary for me. I'm not answering to that. Don't call me out of my name. Certain things are deal breakers, are boundaries that you cross. Mm-hmm. And we had a whole class about that during that season in our lives. And that class taught us that it was healthy to set boundaries. I mean, I kind of figure we knew that already because we already had it. It was already instilled in our marriage. Mm-hmm. But they put a name to it. I didn't call it boundaries. You know what I'm saying? This is a boundary that you don't cross. So we got boundaries in our marriage. We got boundaries in our home.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't cross them.
And since you brought up boundaries and teaching someone how to speak to you,
Yeah.
let's also talk about never get too comfortable with jokes with your mate.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. Explain.
Fat head.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, Edith. You know what I mean? Like saying that kind of stuff. Like that could be offensive and it could play on your mental. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, because this is supposed to be your best friend.
Yeah.
And that person like, I wonder if they really think of me like this.
Right? Why you always gotta call me a name?
Yeah, you really think I got a fat head?
And you're looking at it as a term of endearment, but it's not. You know, it's not. What about
you really, like you said, depositing an insecurity?
Mm-hmm.
You could be something that's playing on somebody's mental. Now they're self-conscious.
Yeah.
You know, a seed that you planted and watered, when all of the seeds that your partner is supposed to plant and water, supposed to be seeds of building up, supposed to be seeds of encouragement, not seeds that make you draw into a shell, a cocoon, a shell of insecurity. You know.
Yeah,
right.
like calling your mate goofy.
Yeah.
You know, just being careful and watchful of your words.
Yeah, being careful with the jokes.
Words matter. Words matter.
Words are powerful. Our Lord created the whole world with words.
Well, what's the saying about the tongue?
Life and death.
Yeah, and also
blessings and cursings.
Blessings and curses. And it's the one muscle in your body that has the least bones, but it's the strongest one. So it'll tear you down.
Yeah, that's powerful right
Yeah.
now. That's powerful right now. It's actually a verse in the Bible that, and I'll probably put it on the screen by the time we play it back because I don't recall exactly where it's at, but it calls the throat an open grave.
Ooh.
For people who speaks death and speak
Ooh.
Curses.
Never heard that.
It calls the throat an open grave. So life and death is in the power of your tongue. Words have power to create. Words have power of construction, right? For building up.
Yeah.
And what do you call when you tear stuff down? Destruction. I just say destruction, right? Yeah, so you can use your words for good or you can use them for evil. Hopefully, in a marriage, we're using our words, even our jokes, for good. And know when you're going too far. Know if you said something and it offended your loved one.
Yeah. Even we were talking about this too. Just say you around all your partners and the wives or whatever, we all kicking it and chilling, and just say I'm telling the story, but I'm embellishing it a little bit.
Okay.
And that's not exactly how it went. And you're like, now you know that ain't how it went. I'm like, what? Relax. That's getting too comfortable. Let's talk about that at home.
Yeah, you're gonna bust your man out in front of everybody else and try to trump his story and say that's not how it went, or vice versa. Just say it was her telling the story and I got it. In my mind, it might have went a different way. I'm not finna interrupt her in the middle of her story and say, it ain't happened like that, baby. This is X, Y, and Z. It happened like blah, blah, blah. Like she said, let her have a moment. Let me have my moment. And then if it's something that I might have missaid or didn't say something correctly, bring it to my attention later when it's just us.
Yes.
Same team.
Same team.
I want you to look the best. Yes. You can look. Mm-hmm. Everywhere we're at. And you want me to look my best everywhere. And right now we're not even talking about clothes and appearance wise, right? Mm-hmm. But that's a great segue.
Yes.
To go on to the next point of never getting too comfortable.
Yes.
Right? Care about how you present yourself.
Absolutely.
Have some pride in how you look.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, we got a lot of ladies that walk around in the house with their scarves on, bonnets on. I know y'all gonna get on me about this because it's a thing. It's the culture. But now for real. You gotta keep it sexy, y'all, seriously. And then you wonder why your mate might be looking at somebody else. Because you're walking around with a bonnet on all the time. You got on your jogging pants and a t-shirt.
Yeah.
You know, your guy want to see you be sexy. He want to see, you know, even if you do put on some little leggings in the house and a short t-shirt, take your head down, comb it. At least comb your hair. You might not be a makeup person. That's cool.
That's cool.
Everybody don't like makeup. But at least brush it. Put some gel on it. Put your ponytail in. Arch your eyebrows. Don't let your eyebrows be all over the place. Put some lip gloss on.
Lip gloss popping.
Right.
Lip gloss popping.
Walking around looking, you know, with your bonnet on. You got your joggers on. You're on the phone talking to your mama, smacking, eating your food. Man, don't get too comfortable.
You can be sexy in a ponytail.
Yeah, absolutely.
Plain face. You can be. And keep in mind, we're not just talking about looks as far as facial features, nothing like that. We're talking about the upkeep of what you do have, what you're working with, the upkeep of it, right? Mm-hmm. Imagine if you know, it would be something wrong with me if I walked around for a whole week or two and didn't shave, let my hair grow back, and I haven't had no hair in so long, y'all. If I try to grow my hair back, I imagine I look crazy. All of this right here is slow to grow back, if it come back totally at all. And I'm willing to bet that it ain't coming back. It's been gone a long time. But imagine if I didn't groom. Imagine if I didn't take care of myself, if I didn't look like I loved or even liked myself. Imagine that.
Absolutely. I'll tell y'all something. This one right here, right? So, and this is something I always get flack from my friends. I don't like going to bed with a scarf on. Now, I'm not knocking nobody else to do it. I just always want to look cute. I'm just saying. You never know. So
I didn't got used to it. I didn't got spoiled.
Oh, so spoiled. Let me tell you about this one right here. So I think it was recently. I think I had some braids and I wanted to put like the cute little bonnet on, but it was a cute bonnet, y'all. It had like the little bow to it and all of that. And I put it on and got in the bed and he looked at me and was like, so when we started wearing scarves to bed, I was like, this one right here. It was a cute little bonnet thing, but I you know, I get it because I spoiled him. I normally don't go to bed looking like that.
I mean, I just didn't know. I was just asking a question.
I even have my lip gloss on. I did my night cream on my face, you know, glowing. He wasn't going.
But guess what, y'all? I didn't see that first. The first thing I saw was the abnormal thing. The thing that stood out. She got in the bed with a bonnet on.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm not saying y'all, because I know roller sets and wraps cost too much money, y'all. You need to wear that to bed and y'all got to understand it and do what you got to do.
Right.
I'm saying just walking around like that all the time in the house. And in
public.
Yeah, and that's the only way your mate see you. Because the thing is, you might think he ain't going nowhere because he don't say nothing. But no, that's not true.
But even, just say hypothetically he not going anywhere physically. Just say hypothetically she not going anywhere physically. That don't mean that she's not going to go nowhere or he's not going anywhere mentally. That don't mean that if you refuse to hold a standard of attraction, especially if you had a standard to begin the relationship, if you just let yourself go, if you just stop looking like you like yourself or love yourself, then mentally, maybe subconsciously too, not even purposely, I start to wonder in directions where somebody is, man, he look nice, or she look nice. She look well put together. She looking like a lady. She covered up, but she's beautiful. You know, these things, these thoughts, these seeds, sometimes is how the devil can creep in.
Yes.
slowly and incrementally, right? Even if you got good intentions, you have no bad intentions.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, couples, people in relationships and marriages start to let themselves go to the point where it look like they have no pride in how they look. There's nothing wrong, and I'm not talking about having a bad day neither.
Right, because everybody have a bad
Everybody
day.
got a bad
Everybody
day.
have a bad hair day or whatever. You may have a hairstyle that your mate don't necessarily like. Every hairstyle I have, he don't necessarily like, and that's fine. But at least I try to make myself presentable. Another thing, put some lotion on your feet. Put some lotion on your feet.
What made you break up feet?
Because people let themselves go. They start letting their feet get hard and crusty. Then now I want to play footsie with you in the bed.
Okay.
And my feet hard.
Yeah.
I don't want to feel that.
And I know another reason, because people be out comfortable with their feet out. Crocs, open toe sandals. I'm talking about men and women, y'all. And guys, man, clip your toenails. Why is your toenails hanging over your sandals? It's bad enough they open toe. I'm of the belief that men shouldn't wear open toe sandals and have their feet out. That's just me.
But some of y'all do, and that's fine.
But
put some
right.
on.
And I ain't judging you if you do. That's just me. That's just me. Like if I ever got to get into a squabble and get in the stands, I don't want my feet to be on slipping on rocks. I don't want no excuse for why you can't get these hands. I need some shoes on, because you going to get these hands. I don't want my feet on solid ground. Unless I don't even be barefoot in the house when I think about it, do I?
He don't.
Hey man, I got some white people feet, because my feet don't get no sun.
Yes.
I keep my socks on.
Yes.
The only time you might see my feet if you catch me at the beach. She see my feet all the time.
I do. But no, seriously, y'all. It's just about not getting too comfortable.
Right.
Staying sexy for your mate. Because you know there are gonna be some good times and some bad times. But don't let it be bad where the person is questioning why the whole totality of why they're with you.
Right.
You know.
Right.
You know, you get into an argument and y'all, the argument is bad. You're already using foul language towards each other, and you looking some kind of way too. Why am I here? You know.
Real talk. Though.
Yes.
Real talk.
That's a lot.
You can't get so comfortable in a relationship to where you let yourself go. It's like you don't care no more. I got you now. Mm-hmm. She ain't going nowhere. So I go to work, and this hypothetically me speaking about couples, right? Mm-hmm. As the man, you go to work, you come home, you eat, you smashing beers, you drinking, and then you just laying on the couch. Playing video games, watching TV, laying on the couch.
Meanwhile, that stomach just growing.
And this is going on for months, maybe years. You ain't even thinking about that you need a gym membership and go walk around the track or nothing. Mm-hmm. You just letting yourself go. And it's not because you got a health problem that you can't walk, that you can't run, but you're aging yourself to the point to where eventually you're not going to really be the best you can be for your mate. Because we're men, right? These things can trickle down and affect us physically to the point where now it's affecting our intimacy with our spouses, right? So my whole thing is to motivate and encourage you to take care of yourself. Mm-hmm. Watch what you eat. Watch how much you eat. Like, you can have some sugars, some sweets, some dessert, whatever. Make sure you eat some fruits, some vegetables. Get into smoothies. Get into juicing.
Salad.
Get into salads. Limit your fast food. Yes. Drink more water. Mm-hmm. Like, there's a lot of little things we can do to where we can, like, offset the ratio. Where you're eating good foods throughout the week than you are eating bad foods, if you understand me. And then when you want to treat yourself, you can actually treat yourself. Get you a pizza, drink a couple glasses of 2-liter pop or whatever it is, but we got to balance this thing out, y'all, because we're getting older as men and women, and they're messing with our food. That's a whole nother thing. So we want to be conscious of that. So don't let yourself go.
And if you're not getting older and you're young watching this video, just know that the goal is to grow, right? So you want to get older.
Right.
Please listen to what we're saying now so that you won't be going through those things later. Like, you don't have to go through these things.
Be health conscious.
Yeah.
Be health conscious, y'all. Nobody's telling you to you have to be a bodybuilder. You have to be able to run 3 miles. But be active so your heart can be strong, and so you're just not sitting up just gaining weight. And watch the amount of fast food that you eat, because none of that is good for you. None of it.
Right.
But we eat fast food here and there. We'll stop and get some Wendy's or you name it. Ain't got to put no names in this, but we might patronize some of that stuff every now and then. But most of the time, we at that grocery store, y'all.
Yeah.
My baby can cook.
Hey, y'all.
She can cook. She loves to cook. She come from a family of cooks. She come from a long line of cooks, too.
And then just remember, like, you are a representation of your partner, right?
Right.
So when people see me, I want to represent him well. And hopefully vice versa. I do want to give a shout out to another couple that I look at that reminds me of us and how we take care of ourselves for us, but also for our partner. Aaron and Marquita Segrist.
Okay.
There y'all go.
Okay.
Always looking groomed and well, and I know they love their selves, so that's what makes them look good for each other. So yeah.
Right.
I want to give a shout out to them.
Right. Greg and Cynthia.
Yes.
Josh and Nikki.
Yeah.
Steve and Vicky, I can go on and on.
I can go on and on.
Throughout my circle, my friends, we don't really seem to have a problem in that area as far as looking like you love yourself, right? But still, in those relationships, we just on the outside looking in. But if we get them here, we probably can have a real conversation on how some of us can get too comfortable in certain areas, even us. Yeah. You know, every once in a while we have to check ourselves in our patterns and things that we do might have gotten laxed. We just spoke last episode about date nights. We got too comfortable taking each other for granted and not taking each other out, you know, to feed our relationship. Yeah. Yeah.
You gotta feed your marriage ministry is what we like to call it.
So yeah, y'all. This episode, we just wanted to speak a little bit about never get too comfortable. Because you can. It's easy to do.
Yeah.
Right?
It is.
The Bible tells us to, where is it at? I believe it's in Matthew. It's in all the Gospels. But it says, love God with all your heart, mind, and soul. It's the first commandment. But the second commandment is, love thy neighbor as you love yourself. So, God expects us to love ourselves.
Yes.
Look like you love yourself.
Yeah.
It's okay. You can love yourself, but love your neighbor as you love yourself. And in loving ourselves, loving myself is respecting myself and respecting her. Never get too comfortable, y'all. In all relationships, know the boundaries and practice respecting those boundaries. 100, y'all, another episode of Love Seek Dialogue, Special Edition, Marriage Matters. Peace.
Be a confidant, be the only one. Welcome to my heart, welcome to my home, welcome to my family. That's how it's supposed to be. Welcome to how I live, welcome to my been so good to me.